Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 19. I am your host, Laserpants, also known as Ryan. And I am joined, as always, by my good buddy, and yours, Mr. Analog Toys, the Desert
Hi.
Rat.
Sorry, I had the 3POA queued up on my phone and it just started playing out of there, so I didn't want to get echo.
How's it going there, down under?
Yeah, good. Very, very busy with my day job at the moment, but still trying to crank out content. I'm working on a Star Wars video at the moment that hopefully you'll patrons of the channel will get to see midweek. So yeah, doing good.
And how cringe was it that I just said down under?
That's just you being you, man.
Okay, cool. All right. We are also joined by my other good buddy, the man behind Valaverse and the Action Force toy line, Mr. Bobby Vala. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas?
You like your new
Why
intro?
didn't I get an intro like that?
You're not cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to be cool. Sorry. The main intro's for me. You know. It's for me. And then Bobby gets his intro. You. I'm just kidding. Are you upset now? What are you doing over there? What are you playing with?
I was just responding to Drew G in the comments. He was talking about how good my Action Force Series 2B video was. And do you know this studio is much smaller than the old one. And when I finished all the filming and then finished the editing, I just kind of shut the door in the studio, went, I'm going to deal with that mess later. And I came in here last night going, right, I need to tidy up now because I've got to get ready to do the live stream in the morning. And I came in, man, and I had Valaverse Action Force sit from arsehole to breakfast time. It was all over the floors, the table, all these shelves had like, there's probably still a figure, a Valaverse figure on the Star Wars shelf or something like that. It was all over the place.
As it should be.
Oh, it was a happy sight. It was just like a mansplosion of enjoyment. It was great.
So, Bobby, you were a little busy today, huh?
A little bit, yeah. Did a nice little convention in Massachusetts today. I say little, but it was actually a really good show. Big turnout. Lots of Action Force fans. Sold a ton of Action Force product.
What's the name of that show?
It was called ChrisCon. It's named after the guy that kind of runs the con, but he had started as like not a convention, but more of like just like a meetup, guys, toy guys. And he, had it like in his driveway in his garage like 2 years ago, and COVID happened. And then, they were talking about like doing it again. And then they ended up like having more people like myself and other vendors, agreeing to do it, and they got a bigger venue, and it was like kind of like a big ballroom at a hotel. So it was a pretty decent sized show and a really good turnout. And I think it's kind of one of those things where 3 or 4 years ago, Joe Fest started in a really small hotel ballroom, and now it's in a convention center. So if they continue to do what they're doing and improve the show and get more vendors in, I think, that it could be, definitely a big show. Maybe if they do it twice a year. So, I'm down. It was only, 30 minutes from my house. So
Cool.
I was excited to do it.
A little bit better than 18 hours from your house.
I know, right?
We do have a super chat from MVargo97. Thanks, man. He said, just stopping by to say hi. Have to get up early in the morning to work. Looking forward to listening to the replay tomorrow. Well, thank you very much.
Vargo, he won the classified Python Patrol Viper in that competition. I just got a tracking notification that has landed in the US 2 days ago, and I sent it express, so hopefully he has it in a couple of days' time.
Yep, cool, right on. And we're doing a giveaway tonight of the Deadpool, the SH Figure Arts.
Oh, I was just going to ask who, because I got to give away a gold head with that too, right?
Yeah, gold head. Andrew Sabina, thank you very much. He says, if I wasn't out of state today, I'd have definitely come check that out. Sounded like a fun time. Cool.
That's all right, Andrew. They'll do it again.
Did you pick anything up, Bobby?
So I didn't. The one thing, I told one of the guys, he was like, hey, man, what would you do to improve the show? And I said, definitely get more vendors. I think, they had a lot of toy photography stuff, a lot of people selling customs, dioramas, that sort of thing. But, I know when I go to a show, I'm looking for stuff to buy. Like I like shopping and looking around. But I would say that 90% of the vendors there were selling modern. They weren't selling vintage. So I was kind of like, I did a lap around and I was like, oh, I'm not really looking for mod legends or, Black Series or anything like that. So I would have liked to have seen more vintage stuff, but this was like one of the first conventions I went to where I didn't buy anything.
Oh,
yeah.
Sold a lot though.
Sold a lot.
Cool. Yeah. Did you see anyone there that you knew, or anyone come up to the booth and fanboy on you?
Yeah. Some guys that I know from Facebook and Instagram. That was about it. But nothing too crazy. No groupies.
That was a leading question. About someone that approached the booth that you talked about earlier. Maybe you forgot.
Oh, you know what? Actually, someone. Sorry, I'm tired.
It's okay.
Somebody did come to the Hasbro booth, or I shouldn't say Hasbro booth. It was a Hasbro employee that came to the Valaverse booth. And I think I've told a story about this gentleman before. But he came by and, the first thing he asked me was, how did you get this name? As if this is all news to them. What rock was he living under? But I said, well, the reason I got this name was because somebody wasn't doing their job. Yeah, but, he ended up actually buying a Condor figure. So, thank you for your purchase there, fella.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's always nice when I'm supported by the Hasbros.
Yeah. And if I ever meet that guy who didn't do his job properly, I'm going to buy him a beer and say thanks.
Well, you actually have.
Oh, I have met him.
You have met him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to get into some San Diego Comic-Con drops. Not too much like Hasbro stuff. We are going to cover classifieds. But I wanted to focus on other stuff because I feel like Legends and Black Series has been covered to death. So,
yeah, well, you already did a show on it last week.
And well, yeah, but everyone did a show on it last week, right?
I didn't.
So, I want to start off with NECA because they're going pretty deep into this turtle line. It's getting crazy. Like I think eventually they will rival what Playmates did in the 80s and 90s. Like they're going real deep. So let me share this screen here. There it is. They're getting back into Mirage Turtles. Now, did either of you guys read the Mirage? I don't have to ask Tony. Bobby, did you read the Mirage comics?
No, I didn't.
apparently these aren't like the original Mirage comics. We all know that look, you know, the giant feet, the weird proportions. These look more modern to me. I don't know exactly who drew these, but they're doing these. They did show the Triceratops guy. Now the name escapes me.
Triceraton,
yeah. I did not know that was from the comics. I thought it was strictly from the cartoon. But as I go through these pictures, I don't know who half of these things, like, what is this from? I don't remember any of this. Like, I think this might be from what they call the Archie comics. Apparently, Turtles crossed over to Archie. I don't know. If you guys don't know anything about this, I'm going to skip past all this turtle stuff.
You got me
so lost right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty lost as well.
All right, good, because I'm not into it. But they did show one thing that I want to show, and that is they're going deep with Last Ronin, which is probably one of my favorite comic book runs of the last few years. It was
a new series, right?
Yeah, the last issue was like a 5-issue series. The last issue came out a couple months ago. I highly recommend it. I think you'll really like it.
Who's the last Ronin in the title? Well, who's that? Who is it?
Well, that's spoilers. I mean, I could say it, but like you don't find out until the second issue.
Oh, so, yeah. I was hoping that it wasn't another incident where they made ninjas and samurais the same thing, because they're not. No,
they didn't do that.
Okay.
You got this Foot Clan dude, and then of course they're going to do all the turtles, like, I guess, pre-death.
That Foot Clan dude, that alternate head looks like Snake Eyes.
It's a robot. Like, in the future, when there's only one turtle left, he fights robots. Robot Foot Clan. So, okay, so that's enough turtles. That's all I really wanted to cover. I'm super stoked for this Last Ronin stuff, because, like I said, I did really like the comics. A couple super chats here. Brian Dillingham, thank you very much. He says, just picked up a carded Destro classified, and it came with a pathetic excuse for a display stand. You have set the bar so high, Bobby.
I did see those display stands, and I was like, hey, like, what the hell are they trying to do here with these? Like, it's like, dude, if you're going to put a stand and, hey, sorry, my dogs are like wrestling over here. Guys, chill out.
I was wondering what that was.
If you're going to put a stand in, like, dude, just copy your 25th anniversary stand. It was so much better. It's like, this one was bad, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything negative about Hasbro. I know people get upset about that.
Well, we can say negative stuff about Walmart, right? Because since Brian brought it up, I'll just get into it. My good buddy Chaz The Guru on Instagram. If you're not following Chaz The Guru, he has a really great Instagram. He's very funny. Check out how his retro carded classified figures came from Walmart. Now,
yeah,
I don't
all
really
been showing up like that.
Yeah, if you've been online and looked at any toy site, social media, whatever, you're seeing this. Like, they're putting them not even in bubble mailers, just in plastic bags. I know Electric Football Hero on his YouTube just uploaded a video with his figures arriving damaged. And one of them was even in a box. And they had to fold the card to fit it in the box that was too small.
Awesome.
So if you want these retro carded Joes and you're an inbox collector,
and these are Walmart exclusive, so you can't buy them from.
Now, also the other thing to keep in consideration is Walmart got their stock in, which means they're shipping everything out. By the time Hasbro is aware of this, and Hasbro sales team gets with Walmart sales team and says, "Hey, you guys can't do it like this," they're all going to be shipped out. So it's not like you're going to get like another run of them or new ones, So
right.
Good job.
Yeah, and this isn't a new thing. I can remember 12 months ago people making the same complaints with Walmart shipping Motu Origins out and bending the cards over to fit them in the boxes and stuff.
Star Wars Vintage Collection collectors with the retro cards, same thing. Walmart was putting them in plastic bags or bubble mailers or folding them in half to get them in a box that was too small for them. It's crazy. Obviously, Walmart doesn't care. You know, when you pay people minimum wage, they're not going to care. You know, when you have a business that big, you can't. It's hard to control.
But also, like, I blame Hasbro a lot for this. Look at the way they handle the vintage cards in Legends. That shit is like double ply, like heavy board. You know, so it's like those cards. It takes a lot to bend them. Yeah. Whereas these, like, look at them. Look how thin that is.
They're bad.
So,
yeah,
and
when
I
opened this Baroness, that card back is like paper thin.
Yeah,
paper thin. It's embarrassing. When
Amazon has exclusive, you know, retro card and Marvel Legends, like they did the Credit Collection, and they did that retro collection where they, you know, put Black Series figures and Kenner colors on a Kenner card. Mm-hmm. Each one of those carded figures is in its own cardboard box, like meant for that figure from Hasbro. So, but I don't think they'll do that with Walmart because Walmart's a big box store and they take them out of the case and they put them on the peg, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a problem. And if you're a carded collector, good luck. You might want to try to look for these in the store. Order them online. If they come bent, you can return them. Look for them in the store. But lately, a lot of their exclusives have been online only exclusives.
It's like, hey, Joe fans, enjoy the last carded figures you'll get.
Yeah. And then Jim Largo, thank you very much. He says, great week for Valaverse fans. Big Bad Toy Store Series 1 and Night Ops Steel Brigade. Thank you.
Listen,
on the way. Series 3 and Special Deployment on the horizon.
The one thing I did celebrate this week was that I won't have to hear, where's my Big Bad toy order anymore. They're done.
Yep. They got it.
You know, I do have to address something though, because when people started getting the shipping notifications,
mm-hmm.
You know, people then went over to the Big Bad Toy Store website and saw that all of a sudden Series 1 was back in stock.
Yeah.
And on a lot of the social media groups, people were like, oh, see, so many people canceled their orders. That's why, you know, Big Bad Toys have now got all this. So they order extra. So when they get it in hand, they've got extra. And all of those weird comments and complaints were completely unfounded when within 24 hours, Bone Collector had sold out. Now heaps more. Most of Series 1 is now sold out on their site. So
yeah,
Tony,
stuff is selling out.
That is the greatest thing about the trolls is they're always wrong. They're always wrong. It's like
Michael Prince said, they're not very good with details.
They think they have this, you know, profound thought, and they throw it out there like, ooh, watch me. I'm going to say this because I'm right. Nah, just give it an hour. We'll show you that you're wrong. But yeah, listen, man, they sold out of a ton of stuff. They just, you know, reordered some more for me. So not Series 1, Series 2. But yeah, man, fire. Line's on fire. So,
and just to remind everyone, Series 3 pre-orders are closing
tomorrow.
And it looks like Big Bad might have been putting in their final count for their order because some of the female figures up for pre-order are now sold out on Big Bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So but they're not sold out on Valaverse.
There you go. Get them in while you can. All right. And Michael Hinkson, thank you very much. He says, good evening, Laser, Bobby, and Desert Rat from a very warm yet cloudy Reno, Nevada. I'm very interested in tonight's topic. Thank you for each of you. Well, you're welcome for each of us. Thank you for you. Awesome. All right. And I think that is everything. And we are caught up on supers. No, we're not. Another one from Michael Hinkson. Thank you very much. He says, Walmart, Target, and Amazon don't give a shit about the cards. Go to Big Bad Toy Store and pay a little more. Or get them from the store if you can find them. True. I don't think they're going to be on Big Bad.
That's the problem, though, with that retro wave is Walmart exclusive. That's the issue.
Yep.
And, you know, from what people tell me. Bobby L. Collins did an awesome rant video about it. I loved that, Bobby. I think
Great
he's in the
videos.
chat there. He's like, he will never see them on pegs where he lives because he never sees classified on pegs. So he has to order through Walmart's website, and then they stuff them in bubble mailers and bend the cards over.
Yeah, it's horrible.
My Walmart is still stuck on Snake Eyes figures.
Oh, the movie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see those in Target still. All right. DZW75, no message, but thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you. And Jim Largo. Thanks, man. He says, next trending nag. Bobby Buggy. Thanks, Tony. And Jedi Hunter 83. Thank you very much. He says, Night Up Steel Brigade arrived. Fantastic figure. Any plans to partner with Entertainment Earth? Would Action Force consider 1/6 scale figures? Hey, Tony. Cheers, guys.
The first question, Entertainment Earth. I did just reach out to them recently about helping carry some product, and 1/6, yeah. But I think 1/6 will probably come with the movie figures. So, Hot Toys always does a lot of movie stuff. So it'll be cool to, get the movie figures into the Hot Toys line. Hopefully.
Cool. Thank you, Jedi Hunter. And one more from Timothy Hance. Thank you very much, Timothy. Just wanted to chime in to say you guys are the best. Thanks, Timothy.
We are.
Much appreciated. Especially me.
Thanks for reminding us.
Me. All right.
All of us, man. All of us. We're awesome.
Yeah, I know. All of us. But mostly me.
And you got another super chat.
All right. Brian Dillingham, thank you so much. Bobby, can we get anti-tank weapons for Action Force? My guys might need to take out an overpriced 40-year-old tank.
Working on it.
Working on stuff. Awesome. Thank you, Brian. All right. Back to NECA. Oh, that's cool.
That is my Action Force anti-tank weapon from the Coleco Rambo line. It's a recoilless rifle. Man, Coleco did some really accurate weapons for that line. You can actually, I've got shells for it. You can actually put them in the breech and close the breech and everything. And nice ratchet system to elevate the gun. Yeah, it's cool.
Was that part of the play set, or was that sold on its own?
No, it was just sold. It was sold in a small box, and you have to actually. It's kind of like a little clip together model kit, and you take all the pieces off the sprue, and then you build it. So
cool. All right, back to NECA from San Diego Comic-Con. Who's into the Bela Lugosi Dracula? You guys down with this thing? Get in with this?
I'm good.
NECA was a big miss with you guys this year.
But
they're
a little bit.
They're doing the coffin too.
I mean, listen, there's a market for what they're doing, and they know what they're doing because they continue to spend a lot of money on tooling. And they keep doing this stuff. So listen, man, what they're doing is working. I'm not the audience for this, but listen, there's an audience out there. So,
well, I bet you're the audience for this.
Oh God.
They're doing ET. What the speak and spell? Is that the speak and spell?
Elliot.
Yep.
It would be cool if that said something like boobless or something. Oh, they're doing him. They're doing him in drag. ET in drag.
Hey, didn't he in the movie? Didn't he eat Reese's Pieces?
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, and
they go back one photo. They obviously don't have the license to do Reese's Pieces. That's just like peanut butter candy or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I was wondering what that was.
That's what it says. It literally says peanut butter candy.
Yeah.
They're also doing this version of him with the glowing chest and the plant and the whatever that was. The coolest thing they're doing, and it's not even an action figure. It's more of just like a statue, like a display. And I don't have pictures of it for some reason. Oh, no, here it is. Elliot on the bike with this moon backdrop, so you can recreate that iconic scene from E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Yeah, Elliot doesn't look articulated at all.
Yeah.
I think it's just a display piece. So it attaches
Statue
to
and a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, it's you can attach it to the display piece, so you can remember ET instead of just putting the movie on.
Man.
And it looks like we're going to finish off the Lost Tribe from Predator 2, the ones that Danny Glover ran into at the end, and he comes with that flintlock pistol.
They never made this one?
I think they're finally finishing it. I don't think they finished it. They've been teasing finishing the Lost Tribe for a long time, and now they're finally getting to it. So they teased these two, which look cool. This one almost looks like he has a light up helmet. I'm not sure if he actually does, but they have done light up helmets before, and I have one of them.
Man, they've done so many Predators.
So many Predators. Yeah.
Jeez.
So there he is. And then just gonna run through these quick because I'm kind of done collecting NECA Predators, and you guys don't collect them, right?
I have a couple.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. It's I don't need 50 of them.
Yeah, I'm dialing mine back to just movie stuff.
No, but I don't collect NECA, but I was talking about them in my Action Force Series 2V video when I was saying, how from the few minor issues with Series 1 of Action Force, like tight peg holes in the feet and the vest closures, by the end of Series 2, all ironed out, all the issues gone.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't fixed anything in years. What does Michael French say? Glue together sawdust?
I do want to say NECA has gotten better in the last few years.
Yeah, I haven't had any issues with their turtle stuff, the movie turtle stuff.
Yeah, their early stuff. Well, not just their early stuff, but look, I had the biggest issues with their aliens, their xenomorphs. Those things broke on me all I had 3 of them break. One of them was broken in the box when I opened it. But I'll say the movie turtle stuff, I've had. Maybe it's good luck with them, but I haven't seen it's not like it was with that Christopher Reeve Superman where you'd go online and everyone's posting pictures of their broken Superman or their broken 66 Batman. Those were horrible. Man, those were bad.
Have either of you guys got the is it NECA that did the Turtles diorama? The big
Yeah, I have it.
I have 2 of them.
Is it worth a purchase?
Not really. I mean, not really.
If you want a building, I'd say yeah. Well, I don't know what it costs now. Original retail was $100.
Oh shit! I saw one. I think I saw one here in Australia the other day, but it was way more.
Yeah, I don't know if I pay more than that. But speaking of which, and I do want to touch on this, they are expanding that building diorama with sewer dioramas. Now, apparently, these will be able to attach underneath that building diorama.
Okay.
That street scene. And there's going to be a couple different ones. You got this one here. And then you got... there's a lot of Easter eggs, I guess they put in these dioramas. So, I don't. This might mean something to turtle collectors. It means nothing to me. I don't know what that is. But apparently, this is all Easter egg stuff. So, you'll have the kitchen one. Right, and you'll have a living room one, and they will click underneath the building diorama that you already have.
But they're cartoon. It's a cartoon sewer. I wouldn't mind movie sewer. They
did the cartoon colored building.
Oh, that's right, they did.
And I could see him starting with the cartoon sewers, and then just redressing them for a more movie look or a more realistic look. I mean, why wouldn't they? They want to use the molds more than once. They'll repaint them, right?
Listen, they offered that building 3 different ways, I think.
Yeah, it started off as the San Diego Con exclusive with the 4 turtles, and then it went to retail with, I think, slight tweaks. And then they did.
If they did a movie version of this is something that I would pick up. The cartoon version is not suitable for me because I would use it as a backdrop for filming and photography, and a movie looking sewer where I can remove a few bits and pieces here and there, and it can just look like a generic. You imagine photographing some swarm troops going through something like that. That'd look awesome.
That'd be cool, man. Yeah, I'm interested to see this when the final version comes out. This is not up for pre-order. They didn't, they had no release schedule yet, but it is coming. Like this will be. They are planning on making this. I won't say this will be made, but it's in the plans. We did get another super chat from GZW75. Thank you very much, Bobby. Where does Carrick get his name from? Was it influenced by a Crusader castle of the same name in the 12th century?
It 100% was. Nice job.
Cool.
Wow.
Very cool. Thank you, DZW75. Apparently, Fabster says they've done the entire Lost Tribe before. This is the last of the Ultimate version redos with additional accessories and new articulation. Okay,
wow.
they've been making Predators for a long time, and those older
Milking
Predators.
that cow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, those older Predators kind of sucked, like as far as articulation goes. All right, caught up on super chats. Okay, I mean, there's NECA did, they showed some other stuff, but I don't think anyone really cares. They're doing all the turtles as Universal monsters. Here's Splinter as Van Helsing, and by the look on your face, we can just move right along.
Yeah. I listen, man. Again, I'm sure there's an audience. I'm just like, why? Like, I don't get that. Like, I like crossovers. I like when Turtles and WWE kind of crossed over. That was fun. But like, this is, because it's like you're using like movie April, like the actress in that version, which
Judith Hogue.
Yeah, which I guess because like Universal Monsters, it's like they're live action, so yeah, use Judith Hogue, but it's just like I don't know. Listen,
Okay.
man, I'd rather see that tooling used somewhere else.
Yeah, and the Invisible Man, Donatello, whatever. Okay, well, let's move right along to Mezco. I'm going to save GI Joe for last because I know that a lot of our listeners are big-time GI Joe fans. Oh, my. Hey, there we go. John Papa Sergio, thank you very much. Bobby, what did you think of my Red Bellies Diver Troops idea I sent you? Their leader could be Piranhas.
Honestly, I don't remember that. If you sent it, maybe I didn't read it. We usually don't take, unsolicited ideas. But I'm also kind of tired, so I don't fully remember if it was something we had talked about. But sorry, bud.
Thank you for the super chat, John. I remember.
Do you?
I do. Sal, thank you very much. He says, can't stay to listen at work and have a FNG. I got to train. So I'll catch up later. Love you big time.
Do you know what
Sal.
FNG is, Ryan?
Of course not.
Fucking new guy.
Oh, that's good. I like it. All right. Okay. Mezco. Exciting stuff. I think this one titulated Bobby a little bit.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Titulated?
Titulated.
I want to know how to titulate Bobby.
So
this is how you do it. You do it with 90s Superman and Batman.
Yeah, the Kryptonian recovery suit with that nice mullet. Oh, man, the mullet is strong with this one. So now here's the thing. I already have this from Mafex. And it's like, do I need two of this?
I'm in the same boat because the other night I pre-ordered the Mafex Pattinson Batman.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. I also have the Mezco one on pre-order. But I'm like, am I going to need the Mezco one? Because to me, listen, I will be the first to say it, and I'll say it right here. Mafex is definitely putting out the best toy product on the market right now. Dude, you're lucky I'm not in the office. I'd have mine right in front of me. That figure right there is my toy of the year for 2022 already. I'm telling you right now, he's not getting dethroned. So when we do our show, he is not getting dethroned. That is the toy of the year.
The Azrael Batman by Mafex. Yes.
Listen, I know they're an import. I know it's like, well, they're an import, so you can't really put them within, toys of the year, blah, blah, but it's like, well, Mezco's like high end. They're not import, but they're high end. So it's like, where's the cutoff? To me, it's like toys are toys. Whether you're in Walmart and you're $20 or you're Mezco and you're $180. But yeah, like, listen, man, that black suit Superman that I have from Mafex, perfect. I don't need another one. So I'm kind of on the fence with this. So, especially since Mafex is going deep in the 90s stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we are getting a lot. I mean, Mafex is going in with Nightfall, Return of Superman. Probably they'll get into Death of Superman. Hush.
I want a Doomsday so bad. We're going to get into Bane, I'm sure, but man, it's on the horizon.
Are we going to get into Bane?
I thought maybe you show it, but that's fine if you don't. We can talk about it now.
I wasn't going to cover Mafex, but we can.
Okay. Well, no. Then I'll touch on it now. It's like, listen, for those of you who saw, Mafex is doing Nightfall like a regular Batman and Bane, and their Bane looks fucking amazing. So it's like Mafex is going to have the gold standard for me. It's like, yeah, McFarlane will do versions, but then they'll put like a spin on it. So it's like, no, what Mafex is giving me is exactly what I want. And I know like nostalgia is kind of like this thing that is good and bad, but for me, that's what I want. Because we never really got those Superman and Batman figures, and I want those in the best possible versions, and Mafex is giving it to me.
Yeah, I'm with you. But man, I love Mezco. I love Mezco. Opening up a new Mezco figure is like, it's nice. An experience, man.
It's nice.
It's almost like a ritual for me when I open up a new Mezco. It's so
you can have the lotion and the tissues.
I got lotion. I got some clothespins.
I obviously don't have any issue with soft goods, with cloth goods, because I collect vintage Action Man. That was all dressable action figures, but it doesn't work the same way for me in this smaller scale. I find I'm always scared of damaging clothing in this scale. Like, I don't think they can do the stitching quite secure. And these premium high-end items, when you buy anything that's like faux leather looking, that thing's going to fall apart on you in a couple of years. I've learned that from experience with 1/6 scale stuff. Yep. Any faux leather stuff, belts, jackets, that shit falls apart.
Yeah, it's the symbiote Spider-Man is like a faux leather type material, and it's already starting to flake around the neck. And I keep it behind glass, the glass, it's a sealed case, no dust.
Yeah.
There's zero sunlight in this room. The humidity's right. It's temperature controlled, and it's still breaking apart. But I do want to say, you got to admit that this Wolverine looks pretty damn good.
I've been seeing pictures. He does look pretty awesome.
Yeah. That is the Mezco, their new Wolverine. All right. So they teased the Kryptonian regeneration suit. Let me get to a super chat real quick. Keith Knight, thank you very much. He says, hi, you damned handsome trio. Bobby, I got my desert rats here in UK, and wow, they are works of art, mate. Beautiful figures. Job very well done, sir.
Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. I had good subject matter.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So Mezco also teased another classic Marvel character, Doc Ock. Now, I think it's safe to assume these tentacles will be bendy wire.
Yeah.
Do you think it suffers from the same thing that the Spider-Man they recently showed does, that Mego doll look?
I mean, listen, Doc Ock has a shit costume to begin with. So, and it's like he's a pudgy dude in a really ugly costume. So this is kind of one of those areas where I would not have gone with a pure vintage costume, and I would have, done a little something different. But I mean, listen, people are going to eat this up.
I mean, look, as you can see, I don't know if you can tell. I can tell. I think it's pretty obvious. This is all digital render.
Yeah.
Now they did show that Spider-Man. It was in their case at San Diego Comic-Con, and I gotta say, it looked much, much better than the promo photos. I thought it looked really good, and I almost regretted not pre-ordering it, but I'll be okay because I got a million Spider-Man already from Legends and Mafex, and I'll be okay. So they teased Doc Ock, so they're going deep with that classic look with their Marvel characters.
I used to have, when I was a kid, the Mattel Secret Wars. I had a number of those figures.
Yeah,
Doc Ock was one of my favorites, man. Like that's a pretty goofy line, but that was a really cool figure.
It's funny you mentioned that line because I've been kind of bored and I need something new to collect. And ever since Iconicon, where I bought the Secret Wars headquarters during the auction.
Yeah.
I was like, guess I'm collecting Secret Wars now. And Doc Ock was one of the first figures I bought, and I'm like, man, what a great figure he is.
Yeah. Are you collecting them loose or carded?
Loose.
Yeah.
All right. Just to go along with that last super chat, Timothy Hans, thank you. Tony, how does it feel to know that thousands of men around the world are playing with you?
I mean, it's a few more than normal, but I'm used to men playing with me. That's So sometimes in the special forces, they send you places that are really cold, and you got to stay warm somehow.
Thank you, Timothy. Jeez. All right.
What I'm curious about is how many of your haters bought the figure to make a voodoo doll out of it.
My back has been a bit sore lately.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on from this Doc Ock. They also tease, I'm excited for this one, King Conan.
It's pretty cool.
I know this is in your guys' wheelhouse for sure. Tony, thoughts?
Well,
it's not Schwarzenegger, but
yeah, but so was King Conan teased at the end of both Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer? That I'm talking about the movies. I'm sure it was. At the end, there's like a closing shot, and you see King Conan on the throne.
It doesn't matter about Barbarian, but Destroyer had it.
Okay, yeah, so it's at the end of both of them. It's at the end of both of them, and honestly, like, this is a great looking figure to me. But more than anything, I want to see Schwarzenegger make one last film in his career, and it needs to be King Conan as an old man, a brutal old man.
Yeah, that would be a good little pin in his career.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Not Terminator 27. We need King Conan and complete the trilogy.
Well, I think he's talked about how it's like it's come close to being made, but things kind of happen and it didn't.
But this King Conan from Mezco, not up for pre-order yet, but this kind of completes like a trilogy of Conan for them. They did Conan the Barbarian. They did it went up for pre-order a few months ago. I don't know if they called it Conan the Conqueror, but that's kind of what it is. And then King Conan.
I would really love it if Mezco could do like the likeness figures for Destroyer, so that I would never buy shitty Super 7 stuff anyway, but it's like Super 7 did those junk Conan the Barbarian figures, but it's like I don't want Barbarian, I want Destroyer, and I don't want them done by Super 7. I want them done by Mezco.
What if Mezco did?
I would buy a Grace Jones action figure.
Right?
Yeah.
There
you go. Would you want Mezco to do a selfie series, Conan, where you could put your own face on the Conan? All right. Let's get to a couple super chats. Michael Hinkson, thank you again. He says, do Doc Ock as Alfred Molina. He's the best. I would love to see that.
It's a good one.
Now that Hasbro is jumping into the Sony Spider-Man stuff, I would love to see them do Alfred Molina again. They haven't done him since, I think that was Toy Biz that did him. And I would like to see Figure Arts or maybe Mafex do an Alfred Molina. That'd be cool. Thank you. And then John Papa Sergio, once again, thank you very much. He says, did you guys see the 112, the mask figure from Magic Toys? Yes, I did. Looks decent up there with Mezco. It's on 5K Toys site. Yeah, it does look good. And a lot of those, they're like bootleg companies. They just kind of make unlicensed stuff. They do some really good work. And that mask figure looks like it's going to turn out really nice. Thank you, John. Okay, moving on from...
I just had to Google that because in my head I'm thinking about, Kenner, the Kenner mask toy line with the vehicles.
Yeah.
You're talking about that Jim Carrey movie. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't know anything about this. Lord of Tears, apparently it's a horror movie that was released straight to YouTube, has a bit of a cult following. Mezco's doing a character from Lord of Tears. The Lord of Tears, the Owl Man.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Silver Centurion Iron Man. One of the coolest Iron Man suits, in my opinion. Love the Silver Centurion. Their previous Iron Men have been awesome. I think it's a lot of die cast and plastic parts mixed. Looks really good. Another tease. Thoughts? Are you not getting the Marvel stuff, Bobby? You sticking with like Batman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's interesting when they do figures that don't have soft goods.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like, well, what I like about Mezco is that they do soft goods and it's ultra premium. So it's kind of like, granted, I don't have the Marvel Legends Silver Centurion, but it's almost like, well, yeah, you're probably going to get more stuff with this one, but is it really going to be like that much better to warrant, $100-something?
I mean, the sculpt will be better, right? It has light up features. At least the first one did. The actual faceplate comes off, and Tony Stark's head is in there. They do have a lot of good features, and I mean that paint really pops. I mean, all the Iron Man they've done have been really shiny, really nice. But if they did do a soft goods Iron Man, they could do it like Mego style, and it would probably fit in with that Doc Ock they're putting out. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Just want to thank one of our moderators, Greg. He asked us to go back and have a look at this this comment here. So thanks for pointing that out, Greg. Red Wagon Dioramas says, hi, Ryan. On behalf of the ChrisCon team, wanted to say cheers to Bobby for being a part of it today. Huge success and room to grow.
Thanks, guys. Listen, it was my pleasure. I appreciate you guys asking me to come, and I'm looking forward to coming again.
And Red Wagon, if I could talk, he has a great YouTube channel. So I recommend checking that out.
I am familiar with it. Yeah, it's good.
There you go. Raw Talk Real Deal for $2. Thank you very much. He says, we need the A-Team at 112 scale, please, Bobby.
Listen, man, that's a lot of tooling for something nobody's going to buy.
You think no? I mean, I would. That's one of my dreams is a 112 scale A-Team. I love the A-Team as a kid, and if we can get those actors' likenesses and put them on figures and put out the van, I'd kill for it.
Galoob already made them in a 112 scale.
No, they didn't. 112?
Yeah,
they were like 4.5 inch, 5 inch figures.
Yeah, I don't think they were 6 inch.
No, they did them in two scales. They did 3 3/4 inch 18 figures, and they did 6 inch 18 figures.
Those are
the 6 inch 18 figures. They've got like a bum at the front and a bum at the back.
Yeah, yeah, they look like crap.
Yeah,
I'd like 18 figures, that look good, like this pink skull I got right here. Like maybe Mezco could do it. That'd be cool. Yeah, but you make a good point. You say no one will buy them. I don't think the A-Team is really popular enough to make the numbers you need to justify the cost of making them.
Because it's like you got to get, you have to get the rights to the likeness. That's a royalty. The A-Team, brand itself is a royalty, and every character is unique. So you'd have to tool every character unique. So
I think your best bet for seeing that being made is like a KO company, a bootleg company.
Yeah, I mean,
like
listen, the Playmobil one looks amazing, but you don't have to pay actor likenesses for that. So you're saving a boatload of money there.
Yep. All right, so moving on from...
Was he asking about the figures or the van?
Well, I mean...
We need the A team. Like, yeah. I mean, that it seems that's the kind of thing that like NECA would do.
Yeah, they
Maybe.
could probably pull off a van pretty well.
Well, no, he's not asking about a van. He's saying the A team.
Oh, just the A team.
I'm talking about the
I
figures.
mean, that is something that I could see NECA doing. I mean, there's a lot I could see.
They're doing ET. They're doing Back to the Future. That's
I don't. But hold on, I don't think they're doing Back to the Future anymore. I've heard that they've ended the line because it didn't do well.
I'm not surprised. I go to
they
Target
ended the line because it didn't do well, and then they went off and did ET instead.
Well, you have to look at it like this though. ET, it's like that's a lot of reuse. You can make 3 versions of ET by a bunch of reused tooling and some new parts here and there.
Yeah.
But it's like they're probably thinking like, oh well, our Gremlins line did really well. Maybe ET will do really well. Back to the Future is kind of one of those things where I think what they executed was fantastic, but they went almost too deep. It's like, listen, the Marty, from 2, the Marty with the denim jacket and the guitar, great. Doc Brown, great. But it's like, I don't think people really wanted a Biff, a 1950s Biff. Maybe they didn't want Marty in the radioactive suit. So it's like, you kind of went really, really deep to start. Now I get it. It's like, what else are you going to make? But it's like, you're not going to get to 3. You're not going to get to Mad Dog. You're not going to get to Wild West, Marty and Doc.
I think,
but it's kind of like that's where the line would have ended.
Yeah, I think that there was too many versions of Marty and Doc, and there was no time machine.
Yeah, without a DeLorean, the line's broken.
That's true.
You got to be able to do a DeLorean, and if they're doing the Turtle Van, I would think a DeLorean scaled to those figures would sell as good as a Turtle Van. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. But I mean, Back to the Future is one of the biggest movies to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a DeLorean to go with, and that out of scale one they put out for $50, that wasn't cutting it. All right, Keith Knight, thank you very much. He says, Kat said that if there was a toy of me, it would be an in-action figure. Bah! Why did Adam ever bite the effing apple, eh? Thank you, Keith. All right. Let's move on from Iron Man here. Did Superman. Okay, now this stuff that I'm going to show has already gone up for pre-order. And this is kind of like I think the first time we've seen what looks to be finished product on display. So the Crow.
Who makes this?
This is Mezco.
I love that film. I
wonder if this is something that Melinda would have picked up. I don't know. So
what makes me nervous though, like I was talking earlier about, all the faux leather soft goods.
I was just going to say that.
Yep.
This is going to, a collector will put this on his shelf, and 2 years later he'll walk in and there'll be huge patches of that material have fallen away from the backing, and but it looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the likeness to Brandon Lee's spot on. It looks great, man. I'm not a fan of the movie, but looks good, and hopefully it's coming soon. I think it's been delayed once or twice already. Leatherface, right? From Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Looks like this is finished product. It has double jointed elbows now. I don't think the first time they showed it had double jointed elbows. So they made some upgrades. Hopefully it comes soon. This one has been on pre-order for forever. Roadblock.
I didn't know they were doing Roadblock. I knew they were doing Destro and Snake Eyes.
Yeah. They are doing they put up first. They put up Destro first, and then Roadblock, and then Snake Eyes. They showed Firefly. He hasn't gone up for pre-order yet. I think that's it so far. And they teased Storm Shadow, of course, because you won't do Snake Eyes unless you do Storm Shadow. But I believe when they first solicited this, he also had the single jointed elbows like Conan, and they've been moving to this double jointed elbow. this arm here, which looks pretty damn good. I think this Roadblock looks really cool, man. I don't know about you guys. Bobby, you pre-ordered this, right?
Just the Destro.
Really? You didn't get Roadblock?
No.
Hmm.
Something
Okay.
about him. Something about him I didn't like.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if it's his vest.
Yeah, well, his vest just looks like a whole heap of sculpted stuff with no actual
also,
functionality.
See how jacked he is? Like,
He's
listen,
excellent
man,
jacked, though.
this is like the classified version. Like, if you, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to knock on classified. You can still love it. You could still buy it. I'm just saying that if you take, like, I the Amazon Roadblock, and I stood him up next to a regular Action Force figure. Now, regular Action Force figure is about 6 foot, 6'1", like in like if you were saying real people height. I did I calculated the measurements, and I did it as if Roadblock was a human. Dude would be 7 feet tall, and I'm like, he wasn't 7 feet tall. It's like those. I know you guys want your big roided out Sergeant Slaughter and your big Roadblock and gung ho. It's like, dude, they just look silly. They look like a McFarlane figure standing next to everything else. It's like I'm working on a bigger, beefier, slightly taller figure that's in proportion with the line, not a superhero.
Yeah.
You want superheroes, go get DC. But so like when I see this Roadblock and I see like veiny, roided out arms, I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Like that's
he looks like Luke Cage, and when it comes to GI Joe, if you want that comic version, go and buy that Super 7 stuff that they make, the cartoon accurate stuff. Yeah.
That's a good idea, though. You said Luke Cage. Pop that vest,
Yeah.
That would, man, boy, that'd be a cool looking Luke Cage. And it makes me think maybe they'll put Luke Cage on this body. They're doing Marvel stuff. They did Iron Fist. I could see him putting Luke Cage on this body. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. All right, Jeff McElway. Thank you. He says, all right, I got to ask, how the hell could you not like the Crow film? I probably saw it too late. The first time I saw it was like in the early 2000s. And I just thought
you say you didn't like it, Ryan?
Yeah, I just thought it was cheesy. I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch it with fresh eyes. But I remember when I watched it, I was like, this is corny. I just wasn't into it.
Mate, I don't want to turn this into an intervention of sorts, but you need to have a good, long, hard look in the mirror and have a serious conversation with yourself.
Okay.
When Top Gun 2, hits you in the feels and you don't like the Crow.
Did I say it hit me in the feels?
I'm sure you said something like that.
I don't know if I've ever used that phrase.
You've used that phrase you talked about one of Michael French's Patreon messages.
Maybe I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to scroll back to the group thread to find it?
No, I know I'm right.
All right. Okay. So moving on from Roadblock. Ultraman. I didn't order this. I don't really know much about Ultraman, but it looks like a Japanese dude in a suit, just like the old show. So
Yep.
I think they definitely got the look right. It looks good. Not a fan of Ultraman. Am I going to get crap for that? Are people going to yell at me?
Not from this side of the table.
Predator, which is much delayed, was in the case. I think it's looking good. 112 scale instead of NECA's 110 7-inch scale. So
which movie is that one from?
Predator.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the Predator from 1986's Predator. 1985's Predator. 86?
Something about it looks off to me.
Really?
I don't think he had that necklace, man. I don't know. Or something about the necklace they haven't got right.
Maybe it's sticking out too much. It's not laying flat against his chest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. But he's got the netting on his body. He's got the right mask for sure. The shoulder cannon. I don't know. I didn't order this one because I'm like, I already have 37 NECA Predators. I don't need another one, but I wish I actually would have got this one and just sold all my NECA stuff. Just had the movie Predator. I don't need the Lost Tribe and everything from Predator 2, or I don't need all that. Death Dealer. Now, this is looking closer to final production because they gave him double jointed elbows as well. He's looking good. This went up for pre-order right after Conan did. This one is still not fulfilled. It's been a long time. But did you hop on Death Dealer? You got Conan, right, Bobby?
No, I didn't.
What?
I didn't. I know.
So
it was like one of those ones where I think I even said it to you when you first sent it to me. Like, oh, did you get it? I was like, no. But then I had remorse for not getting it.
And it was selling for like $300, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There was a time where everyone you were sending to me, I was buying, and then I was like, oh no, I can make decisions for myself and not get that one.
Oh, what a mistake! No, let me make your decisions for you. Okay?
Right? Tell me about it.
All right, John Papa Sergio, thanks, man. He says, "Where the hell is Johnny Five figure already?"
Dude,
you should ask Randy. Oh wait, you were blocked by him on Twitter. Oh, that's such a good story. One of these days, I want to have you on this show, Laser Pants Live, and we'll talk about that because that's a great story, John.
Who's Randy?
Randy is Randy Falk from NECA, creative director or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, John kept asking him about. Well, we'll say that story, but yeah, it's funny. Okay, so Death Dealer, John, thanks for the super chat. And this is the more comic accurate Superman they're putting out. It looks like a slightly bigger body than the Reeves body, but the colors look pretty close to the Reeves figure. I love the look of this thing. It was delayed a little bit. It's supposed to come out, I think, by September. It was supposed to be out already, but like everything Mezco, it gets pushed back. Now the stitching right there on that cape, that looks pretty bad. So hopefully they work that out. That should be like tucked under the shirt or something. But the overall look, very classic, very Super Friends looking. I can't wait to get this one. It'll be a nice replacement for the first Superman they did. Thoughts?
I wish they would change their stands.
You don't like the big stands?
They're too big, and two, it's like it'd been cool if the stand was just like an embossed Superman S. Like, I get it. Yeah. They're saving money on just doing one stand and then just doing graphics printed on every stand. But to me, I don't know. It's like I would want something a little more unique, especially for this price. But also the stands are enormous. When you're trying to put these on a shelf, it's like, dude, those stands take up a lot of real estate.
Yeah, I really don't even use them in my display. There's John. Randy hates me. He brought me up while interviewing Zack Ryder. That's great. All right. So there's the classic Superman. Hopefully you get that soon. And then they're redoing their, I call it the Batman Brave and the Bold that they did with the Two-Face 2-pack. They're putting that one out in black and gray as opposed to blue and gray, which is fine. I didn't get the blue and gray. I don't need I guess that would be Golden Age Batman. That look? Is that Golden Age?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not need it. And then Mr. Freeze, who has been up for pre-order. Well, he's not up for pre-order anymore, but they put him up for pre-order 2 months after 89 Batman, so March 2020. Still not delivered, but hopefully it's getting close. We're going on 3 years here, guys. It's not cool.
3 years, 89 Batman?
I wonder if Vegas, if there's like a line you can bet in Vegas that was Big Bad Toy Store shipment versus 89 Batman or Mr. Freeze. I wonder what the odds were on them. Listen, Vegas, if you don't have toy prop bets, man, you should open them up because I'd put some money down.
Yeah, because you're a degenerate gambler, Bobby. And so am I.
It's true.
John says this looks like the like something out of Prometheus. I think it took a lot of inspiration from the Arkham City video game, Mr. Freeze. I wish whoever took this picture would have gotten a better picture of the face. Toy Arc, do better, okay? When I steal your pictures, I want them to be quality. Thank you. And then John Constantine, another delayed figure, but it was in the case. So hopefully this is coming soon. He's got his shirt untucked. That's probably on purpose. Constantine usually has that.
That's a really nice looking figure.
Yeah. It does look very nice. I got this one on pre-order. I dig it. Hopefully it's coming soon. Another in the long list of super delayed Mezco figures. John Constantine. And here he is, the 89 Batman.
Is that a unicorn?
Now look, how do you feel about this cape?
I gotta say, when I saw these pictures, I was like, I almost want to cancel my pre-order.
Yeah. I mean,
you've had this on pre-order for 3 years, and it looks like that.
2.5.
So exactly what you're just saying about the stand. Not only is that too big, but that's way too much yellow. Like that just needed to be the Batman logo. Like the intro to that film.
Yep.
Is just the camera panning through the logo. It's so iconic. Yep. You could have done it in kind of 3D type style. I actually think the amount of yellow in that stand is unsightly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Also because it's like when we're used to seeing the Batman logo, it's an oval. So now you're seeing it as this big giant circle. So it makes the yellow look overpowering in that sense.
It would have been
like, go ahead, Ryan.
I'm just saying it would have been cool if they would have broken away from the oval or the circle and done the oval.
Yeah.
And if you look, this has the promotional images bat symbol, but the symbol on his chest is actually the correct.
So that symbol was what I was going to mention too.
Okay.
Now, I know a lot of people do not like the change to the bat symbol on his cowl. I love that symbol on his cowl. To me, it was like that's one of the best changes to, nostalgia superheroes that they've ever done. I love that logo.
Yeah, I would want it to stay accurate to the movie, so I would want that logo as well. I don't know how I feel about this stitching in the cape, and if it's going to look like this, I would say just go with cloth. I would prefer that over. I don't know if this pleather really works at this scale. Like the SH Figure Arts has the same material. To me, it looks really weird. Did you get that one, Bobby? The Figure Arts 89 Batman?
They did one?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember seeing it and thinking it was weird. I remember thinking it didn't look right.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
But he's supposed to have like movable eyes. I just want to touch on something real quick. Fabster says Freeze had this dome on preview night and they switched it to the other after where you can see the face mark. Okay, so I wonder if that means he's coming with 2 different domes. Because I don't even remember what he's coming with. Or if they just updated the dome because, I don't know. Who knows when it'll finally land. All right. So, 89 Batman. Hopefully this is not the final production sample. Apparently when they put this in the case, it had a layer of dust on it. Like it's been sitting in the Mezco offices for a while, and this might not be the final look. Yeah. Hopefully
it's been delayed for that long because they're not happy with the way the cape looks.
Or, it's a seamless body. So it's a metal skeleton with the rubber material overlay. Hopefully they're trying to get that right. Yeah. But I don't know if they can get that right. I don't know if that kind of material will ever work. I mean, if you pose them around too much, it'll just start to split.
Yeah.
We've got figures like that before, the seamless blank bodies, and those things, they kind of crumble over time. Maybe there's a way to get that material to last longer. That we'll see. I don't know. I am tempted to cancel this, but I'm like, but then what if it's good? I lose $20.
This long, Ryan. We've gone this long.
I know. I am going to hang in there. I just hope I'm not super let down.
What I'm worried about with this one is him looking too bulky. I feel like Mezco tends to make some of their superheroes a bit bulky. Now, if you guys remember, like Michael Keaton wasn't muscular. So he looked very thin in that costume. He didn't have, like, besides the the rubber armor on the chest, he didn't really have like a muscle suit on. So when I look at the NECA 89 Batman, like, it looks accurate because he's kind of thin.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hope that this one, like, if you look at it, the head looks a little big, like the proportions look slightly off. So, oh man, I don't know. It's like I really want this one to be good, but something is telling me that when we finally get it, I'm not going to have that awesome, like, experience while I'm opening it, saying it was well worth the wait. Like a Mafex figure. You wait a decently long time for a Mafex figure, it's worth every bit of that wait. And I'm with you, Ryan. It's like that opening up a Mezco figure is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So and because this has taken so long, I'm gonna be like ultra critical of it because it's taken so long.
I mean, there's two ways to look at it. It's taken a long time because they're trying to get it right and they're going to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's taken this long because they can't get it right.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried. But hey, hopefully it turns out good. If not, that's what eBay and Mercari are for.
This is true.
All right, and then they did have the Snyder Cut figures in the case. So we got Batman, Flash, which hey, we still got an Ezra Miller figure coming. Apparently, they didn't officially cancel it on us. He's out there doing all kind of crazy stuff.
Sorry, Ryan, real quick before we move too quickly past Batman 89, I'm just going to share my screen real quick. So, how did you feel when you got this, Bobby?
Oh, man, guys, you want to talk about a purchase? Woo! This was gold right here. So that's me holding that. I sent this to the guys in our group chat.
Yeah.
I had this when I was a kid, and man, I was Batman every day. Every day I dressed up as Batman. I was throwing that Batarang around. I was shooting those darts out of my bat gun. Man, this was where it was at. And this goes for like a lot, or I shouldn't say goes for a lot. People are asking for a lot because it's, it's a vintage item and people think it's worth a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So, every now and then I would look for it on eBay and it was always really, really high. And then I found a guy selling it for dirt cheap and I bought it instantly. And it came, oh man. And I sent a picture to my dad and I said, I'm 7 again. And my dad was like, did you have that as a kid? And I was almost a little upset with my dad for not remembering that he got it for me. But it was also, 30 something years ago.
Yeah.
But, oh man.
That's in really nice condion too.
Dude,
that's a really good
like
condition
perfect.
box, man.
Now, part of me wants to kind of open it and dress up like Batman, but,
I'm not sure it would fit. I remember seeing this on the shelf as a kid and thinking it doesn't have the mask,
right?
It doesn't have.
Well, the Kenner Dark Knight line put out a set that had the cape and the mask. That's right, man. I was still Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Great pickup.
All right, back to this
weirdo.
This freak show, yeah. So, if you like the Snyder Cut, maybe you pick this up. I think it looks okay. I hope they get that face right. This Henry Cavill face. Come on. That something ain't right there. It could just be the photograph, maybe bad lighting. Okay, but I'm not feeling that face sculpt. That looks weird. Hopefully that's not the final product, but from the neck down, I think it looks pretty cool. Bobby, you got this on pre-order?
I do. It's the Snyder Cut. Of course I have it on pre-order.
Yeah, even the stand that you don't like says Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I know.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did Darkseid and Steppenwolf.
That's the thing. Like, to me, I got the McFarlane Steppenwolf, fantastic figure. Darkseid's okay, but I one of my favorite parts about the Snyder Cut was Steppenwolf. and being able to get the McFarlane version, I was like, cool. But I still feel like it wasn't 100% perfect. So it'd be great to buy like $100 or $150 version of that figure so that you can get a perfect version. But I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get any more Snyderverse stuff from Mezco.
Neither do I. I mean, there's constantly rumors that we're gonna do the Snyder this, the Snyder that. We're gonna do it, and then Jim Lee's like, no, we're done with the Snyder stuff.
But then look what leaked this week.
What leaked?
Ben Affleck is in Aquaman too, as Bruce Wayne.
True, yeah.
So it's like, you can say that you're not doing any more of it, but but also like they were saying, Warner Brothers guys, DC guys were saying, no Snyder cut, no Snyder cut, no Snyder cut, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, Snyder cut's coming. So it's like, they could be saying to, misdirection, but
I think it's safe to say Ezra Miller won't be coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we'll get a decent Flash in there, because he is my biggest issue with all those movies is Ezra Miller. He was not right for Barry Allen. I
agree.
Not by a long shot.
I agree.
So hopefully
we're now, speaking of Ezra Miller, we're now never going to see that return of Michael Keaton as Batman.
The movie is like finished in the can, but I think they have to redo some things.
Well, they haven't really said what they're doing.
Go back and remove the Flash from the Flash movie?
2 different versions of the Flash are in that movie.
Yeah,
both Ezra Miller.
Yeah. Well, I think they're probably having a long conversation with him. Like, dude, you gotta stop harassing people, because it's like, dude, we spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this movie, but also from what I've been reading, is that there's a lot of Michael Keaton in it, and it kind of sets up Michael Keaton kind of being Batman, which I don't know how you do that, but I think they're like, shit, man, this movie is supposed to set up more things moving forward. But it's like, you kind of fucked that up. I look at it like, dude, just keep using Henry Cavill. You can keep doing Ben Affleck. You can keep doing Robert Pattinson. Get rid of what's her name as Wonder Woman. Get rid of Ezra Miller. Keep doing Aquaman. And everything will be good.
Robert Pattinson, that's his own thing. That's totally sick. That wouldn't work with Superman and Green Lantern and Aquaman. No. It wouldn't work. No. So
it's like Christian Bale wouldn't have worked either.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Affleck is coming back to do Aquaman. That might be a one-off. Maybe something's going to happen. Cool. Still, I want Ezra Miller gone.
Yes.
Just on this figure real quick. So is this a removable costume, or is this...
It looks like it is. Yeah, it's soft goods.
Yeah, that's soft goods.
So why are they trying to do this bendy wire thing with Batman 89 when that...
Because Batman's suit in Batman 89 was rubber.
Yeah. How do you get that look and that feel?
It wasn't cloth,
yeah.
I mean, this is actually fabric. You can see the stitching there. It looks like fabric.
Yeah, but it's fabric with like a vinyl plastic type thing, like
there is overlay.
Melted onto it. That's how it looked in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they went back to the drawing board, and the Batman we get will not be a seamless body after all. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then Bishop. Bishop, which is also delayed. I can't wait for this one. I think this Bishop's great.
Yeah.
And apparently he was originally solicited with single jointed elbows, but now he has the double joint. So they are changing things for the better on these super delayed figures. Morbius, whatever. And then Ghost Rider's looking good again with the faux leather. That's going to be an issue. Light up skull, light up effects on the bike. Very expensive. This thing was like $250. I passed on it. Yeah, I for sure. $250 was too much for a Ghost Rider. I'm not a huge Ghost Rider fan, so it was an easy pass for me. But I think it looks really cool. And see, now that Spider-Man, this is that classic one they showed before that I said looked like a Mego doll. In this pose, in the case there at San Diego Comic-Con, I think that looks pretty dang good. It doesn't look.
but
Good.
But if you look closely, you can tell he's got no dick.
Wait. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh, this got weird.
Okay. I mean, it looks a lot better than those promo shots. Come on.
It does, yeah. It looks a lot better than those photos.
Very posable. It looks good. But I, still passed on it. I got a million Spider-Man already. Okay. Now, let's get past all these expensive imports, huh? Get to some good old toys from America. Now, this thing sucks, right? Serpentor. A guy with a snake head, the snake staff riding a snake. Does he have a trouser snake too? What's going on? Serpentor. What's that in your hand, Tony? What are you doing? What?
Playing with the coolest action figure of 2022.
You think you're funny?
No.
I don't have those yet. My pile of loot was stolen by the FedEx guy.
Stolen?
That's why they shouldn't print BBTS on the box.
They put it all over the stupid box, just like Mezco uses that Mezco tape all over the friggin' box. I'm at home, dude. Yeah. I'm at home on delivery day, right?
It's like, what is that tape and that box doing?
I don't know, but I'm waiting for this box. I'm waiting for this freaking BBTS box. I got 6 Night Up Steel Brigades. I got a Mafex Iron Man in there. I got the Watcher, the Marvel Select Watcher. Finally, after like 15 years, I'm going to have a Marvel Select Watcher. All of a sudden, my phone dings. I'm like looking out the window. Phone dings. Your package was delivered. I'm like, there's no one out there. So I go down on my porch. There's nothing there. I look down my street, dead end street. I'm the last house. Look down the street. There's no delivery truck there. It's gone. It never arrived, but the FedEx driver marked it as delivered. That was over a week ago. Yes, I opened up the claim. I opened the case. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But I don't have those Night Up Steel Brigades. I feel like I'm missing out because that's all I see when I log into Facebook, Instagram. Just Night Up Steel Brigades everywhere. People just like swimming in piles of Night Up Steel Brigades.
Ryan, I think I know a guy.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so Serpentor. The most realistic military figure that's probably ever been made right here. He's on a snake ski sled. The snake staff that shoots snakes while wearing a snake hat with snake armor.
I'll go first because I'm going to be real quick here and then I'll get Bobby's thoughts. So this is not for me simply because I kind of checked out a GI Joe prior. Like I didn't like the Crimson Twins, so my mind's eye of GI Joe is Hooded Cobra Commander back to the start, and this is the point where I walked away. But I think the toy looks really cool. When I was chatting to Dan Who about this, he was like, "Hey, some kind of a riser to have it, look like it's flying around a bit like they do with the Motu Origins, like Sky Sled kind of thing, would look really cool." But then on closer inspection, and I haven't seen some more photos, this has actually got like a small 3-legged landing gear arrangement. So I don't think it's going to come with any kind of display stand to make it look like it's flying. That is the only miss for me. But other than that, I think it's a great looking toy.
Bobby, you're into the more fantasy aspect of GI Joe.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I have zero love for Hasbro, and I've even less love for the person on the GI Joe team. However, I geeked out so fucking hard when they showed this figure. Holy shit, am I excited about this. Fuck cool. Yeah, dude. All the way.
So it looks good, huh?
Yeah, but listen, yes, I can nitpick about some things I think the thing that I like least about it is that like on the box he's got like this snarling, yelling face. You should have gave him that face. Like I think his face is too stoic. on the actual figure. I think he would have been a little bit more impactful if you had a more angry, menacing face. But dude, I fucking love it. This figure's so bad. You know, I'm not going to be on there trying to get the pre-order like everyone does and misses out. Like I just don't have that kind of time. I would love to get this figure one day. If they have it up for pre-order, sure, maybe I'll order it if it is actually available, because I definitely want it. But I love it. I love it. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this before, and I'm not saying this because like, oh, they took my idea. Well, the reason why I also love this is because you know, and I can show you guys my line plan to show you guys that I'm telling the truth. When I was working on the 6-inch Joe line in 2016, we had the first wave was classic figures, second wave was movie figures, third wave was classic figures. But in the middle there, we had a Comic-Con exclusive, and the Comic-Con exclusive would have been Serpentor on the Air Chariot. So that, like, for them to do this the way I had planned it is awesome, because that's the way you should do it. You know, so it's nice that you know, my dream is coming true. But man, I'm all about this figure, all about it.
Got machine guns.
Yep.
On the
they look good.
He's even, I forgot to mention, he has snake shoulder pads.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I like the texture that they put on the cape.
Like, and so it looks wired.
It does, yeah.
Cape. Yep. Yeah. Just like their golden Cobra Commander from a couple years ago. Now here's the secondary head. Is this something that was classic, or is
so?
This like...
What they're trying to do is, so on the original figure, the hood of the Cobra came off, and it plugged into the back like the GI Joe backpacks, so that the head wasn't connected to the hood. You know, so I don't know. I think that was basically like, it's one head they give you. It's just showing you the hood disconnected from the figure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, he's got the claw hand. Oh yeah, there it is in the package. It looks like that's it, right? Of course, wait, no, he has it on right here, so that's something else.
Oh, so maybe they do have two.
This is his his cocaine like tray. Right? That's where he does his. I mean, if you're gonna dress like that, you're probably on a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. Right. That's one of the shells from Demolition Man. What do you guys think? Let's all hazard a guess at what this is going to sell for. I just saw someone in the there's a couple of people talking to each other in the chat. They're saying like, no way this is going to be more than $80. I think with a soft goods robe, wired, and it's textured, it does look really good. A lot of unique tooling that can't be used again. Like, this is going to be an expensive item.
Yeah,
I can tell you what they're probably going to charge for this. What did the Mindbender was 40, I believe, wasn't he?
I didn't buy it. I don't know.
Chat,
what did Mindbender cost?
I think this is going to be an $80 figure.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 80 because their figures are 25 to 35 now.
Yeah.
So being that this is probably the PulseCon exclusive, okay, it was 45.
If you figure the figure is probably deluxe, so it's maybe a $35 figure, and then the rest into the chariot, comes in a more premium box. It's an exclusive, so that's an upcharge right there. I'd say 80. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 70 or 75. So I'm going to say 70 to
I wouldn't be surprised
80.
if it was 90.
My thought was if it was at retail, it'd be 70. But because it's a convention thing, I think it looks like a convention thing, like PulseCon maybe. I think it'll be 80.
It's a Pulse exclusive, yeah.
Pulse exclusive, okay. So
all right, so Mindbender was 42 from what people are saying. 45, 42. That was a figure with a soft goods cape and a bunch of it like accessories.
Yeah.
And he was 40 something. So
and
that's a big upcharge.
This dude, he has a bunch of accessories with the wired cape and an air chariot. So we might be looking at closer to 90. If it's over 100, I would say, oof. I saw someone in the chat say 100,
The thing is, though,
140.
listen, guys, we are in a strange time right now. The Hasbro GI Joe team can charge whatever they want, and it will sell. Dude, they charge $300 for a his tank. Look where we're at. Look at the stuff they're doing. They course corrected. They realize the fans want nostalgia. They're giving them nostalgia. And Joe fans will eat like literally like a heroin addict. They're like, just give it to me. I don't care what it costs. Kidney,
put it in my mouth. Give it to me now.
Give it to me. Like, and I get it, man. I get it. But it's unfortunate that it is like that, because they can now say, like, watch, you know what? I'm saying 70 to 80, but you know what, Tony? If it's 100. And if it's 100, I'll be like, ooh, that's rough. But at the same time, if it's 100, they're going to sell out of it.
Oh yeah. It's still going to sell.
At this point, the price is a moot point, because it won't matter. The price will not affect it selling or not selling. It's going to sell, and
would you buy it for 100?
No. I have to draw the line at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think in today's economic climate it would impact, but you're right, it won't.
They don't care.
I mean, when the most of the collectors buying this, when you never leave your basement, you don't have to pay for gas, so you've got extra money.
Yeah, but listen, I praise this figure like crazy. So all you trolls that say I hate GI Joe, I want you to remember that I love this figure. Okay. And remember that I have a room in my house that's called the Joe room, because I hate G.I. Joe so much. Just know I love this figure.
Rob Pollock says legends are in the same place. Seems like most collectors are willing to pay anything. Lots of people like to complain, but they're still buying.
See, I think legends, not so much, because there's so many legends. Like, there's so much depth to it. So it's easy to pick and choose what you do and don't want to collect. Whereas G.I. Joe, it's like they haven't had anything. They haven't had a movie, at least a movie that people got behind, and 10 years worth of good movies, or this huge depth of product. So, you're getting, this fresh, nostalgic stuff, and that's what people want, and that's what people are getting. Yeah. So, they're going to take it as it's coming.
All right, let's move on from Snake Man. And they revealed this. This is the retro carded version of the what's it called? The Red Guard or
Crimson Guard.
Crimson Guard. Sorry. So yeah, they're doing a retro card of him. I think it's slightly changed. Look, I didn't pre-order the other one, so I can't tell the difference. Maybe you guys can.
Isn't it the same one? Is it not the same one?
It's going to be on a retro card. I think it's slightly changed.
Oh, I thought what they showed previously was this one.
Is paint on the bayonet and paint on the sword blade, I think, is the only difference. Definitely on the bayonet.
Okay. And then the Snake Eyes that they showed, this is the retro card Snake Eyes.
Another Snake Eyes, huh?
It's on the Stalker body. Like, I was looking at Stalker, I'm like, oh, that's that new Snake Eyes body. It's just all black.
Look at those.
I like this one better than the one that came with Timber on the Firefly body. I think this one looks a lot better. But again, it's another Snake Eyes.
Look at those long arms.
Can you zoom in on those? Are they flashbangs or?
Yeah, it's got something printed on it. Can't really tell.
So I wonder where they're putting those, because it was TNT that was in his satchel, not flashbangs.
Yeah.
So
was that Yosemite Sam Dynamite, like Firefly had?
Firefly. big alarm clock attached to it.
They got the realistic. What's that? An Uzi?
Yeah.
I mean, that looks cool. You got the. Now I don't know if that clip's hanging out or that mag is hanging out because it's removable, or that's just how they sculpted the whole thing.
It's sculpted to be an extended mag.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on the weapons, Ryan?
Yeah. that good?
All right. So basically, what they did was they gave you a vintage 80s style Uzi, a 1911 with an extended mag, which is like sacrilegious, and then they gave a flat profile suppressor for a 1911. That makes zero sense whatsoever. You don't suppress a 1911. You don't put an extended mag on a 1911. Yeah, I mean, this is like, beating a dead horse when it comes to the weapon stuff. And I'm sure people are like, I don't care. Weapons are cool. Doesn't matter. But it's like, listen, this, weapons guys will understand what I'm talking about.
But I will say it looks better than what they initially came with. Like, remember that first retail Snake Eyes, what he came with? The guns?
Yeah.
Oh, they were horrible.
They were futuristic Nerf weird things. The,
like to your average toy collector who's not a super big time gun enthusiast.
Yeah, but the very first Snake Eyes they did, the deluxe one that was Hasbro Pulse, came with that Uzi. It came with a different pistol.
Yeah.
But it came with that Uzi. That looks like a carving knife. But like hopefully Hasbro want to send me some more free stuff, because I'll keep those 2 flashbangs and then throw the rest of this figure and accessories away.
Well, no, send them to me. I actually like the figure itself. What is this, is this a detonator or something?
That's the suppressor I was talking about.
Oh, that goes on the gun?
Yeah.
Oh no, that doesn't look right.
No, it doesn't.
But that's not
the wrong type of pistol
suppressor that's meant for 1911.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta say, man, that's a better head sculpt than that one that came with Timber. That's not the same one. It looks more rounded. The other one kind of had like a Frankenstein shape almost.
I remember seeing a head sculpt like that in your office, Bobby.
Yeah, maybe something similar.
And Rock and Roll. These are just what they teased, not up for pre-order. But what do you guys think of Rock and Roll? Are you ready to rock and roll with Rock and Roll?
Look, we've mentioned this before. How Valaverse is doing the modern stuff, and GI Joe is doing that retro thing. That M60, it's very likely that they're not spending money on new tooling, and that's the same M60 that came with that Jim Lee Punisher from the Legends line. I don't know how much crossover there is.
No, they're probably not mixing Legends and GI Joe tooling.
Well, so they're going to retool an M60 when they already have an M60 tooled.
You don't. It's a super rare occasion that you would use tooling from another team for what you're doing, because most likely this is being done in another factory.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, no, they didn't cross over tooling.
Yeah. Now I know the original Rock and Roll. He had the ammo belts across his chest. Military guys have not worn ammo like wrapped around their bodies like that in 40 years. And what they've never, ever, ever done is worn it around their fucking wrist.
Oh, you know how I didn't even notice
that is?
Yeah. I don't know. I think this figure looks cool. I'm not saying it's realistic military, but I like the look of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't help but get hung up on straps of ammunition around. Like he's the guy. Like if you go into combat, he's the guy that you don't want to stand near.
Right.
If he gets hit with an RPG, he's just going up like the 4th of July.
Right. Those bullets are going everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rock and Roll, and then Copperhead. You guys feeling Copperhead? Another snake-themed character?
I mean, here's the thing.
Gnarly machete here.
I love the nostalgia effort that they're doing, but it's almost like they get like 80% there, and then they fall short. It's like Copperhead came with this awesome M16 with a 203 on it. And it's like, that was signature to Copperhead. It was like, you gave him 2 guns that the original didn't come with. Now, granted, it's like he didn't come with any of this stuff, the original, because the original was a vehicle driver. And then the only one that came with the 203 M16, I believe, was the Python Patrol version. But still, it's like, give me what I know. If you're gonna tingle the feels, tingle them all the way.
Isn't this the man with the golden gun?
Kinda.
Looks kind of like it, huh?
Yeah.
I like this gnarly looking machete.
It's basically a 22 target pistol. I have one.
Okay.
And then a revolver with a ridiculous scope on it.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know. Looks like something the Joker would have. I don't.
Yeah.
I suppose my question here is, Copperhead is known as the driver of the water moccasin.
Okay.
I can't think of another figure that they've brought out that is a vehicle driver. G.I. Joe back in the day, like, vehicle drivers were synonymous with those vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, is why we haven't seen Wild Bill yet, because what's the point in doing Wild Bill if you're not going to do a Dragonfly? That's probably going to be the next HasLab or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's just an odd choice, like, to make Copperhead but not have the water moccasin. Yeah.
Wrong one. Sorry.
Well, but
no, that's a good point, though. Raw Talk, Real Deal. Yeah, CoverGirl was a vehicle driver, and they are doing CoverGirl as well. Yeah, good point. So it's not the only vehicle driver.
But keep this in mind, Tony. They didn't show this rendered. They only showed it black and white. We do know that they're doing Python Patrol for Target. So
yes, Copperhead was carded back in the day. He was a carded figure in Python Patrol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the water moccasin HasLab worthy, or is that retail shelf size?
No, it's not an iconic enough vehicle.
Okay. Scott Hughes says that pistol is the Ruger Mark III 22. Okay. Thank you, Scott.
And I believe that's exactly the one I have down in my safe.
Cool. Shipwreck. There's been a lot of talk. People wanting Shipwreck. Here he is. Thoughts? As a kid, I never liked Shipwreck because of the bell bottoms, and I hated bell bottoms. This one looks like it might have a little bell bottomy feel.
Yeah.
But thoughts on Shipwreck?
I mean, listen, they pull out those nostalgia heartstrings. They did a good job on him. I mean, listen, I know the sculptor who does these. He's notorious for doing long arms. That's all I can see every time I see one of these sculpts. Just a quick anatomy lesson. The reason why I'm saying long arms is because if you were to flatten your hand like this, the tip of your middle finger should touch the middle of your thigh. So if you were to straighten out his fingers, they're closer to his knee. So right now, it's like if you took out a millimeter or two from his forearms, like his forearms are too long. It's like, Dwight was notorious for making long arms on.
Yeah, the figures. Punisher on the motorcycle has really long arms.
So long, because you also have to keep in mind. So they're going to engineer, like, this figure has long arms on the 3D sculpt. When they put the joints in, those joints are going to have some separation when, it's engineered in plastic. So they're going to get even longer. So that's why, like, the classified figures are almost notorious for having long arms. And it's like one of these things, like, I know, like, the majority of people probably don't see it. I see it because I know anatomy. And it bugs me. It bugs me a lot. Like on the Sarge and on the Roadblock, like they have this giant, massive upper body and these short legs because their arms are way too long. Stop making long arms. Or at least
it's better than all those friends I've got with deep pockets and short arms.
It was just like, it's just simple. And it's like, I guess it's because, like, maybe it helped that, like, I went to art school and then I went to toy design school. So it was like I had a double background. So it was like I knew anatomy and understood it. Whereas a guy like Dwight, he doesn't fucking know. He went for industrial design and then, has been doing work at Hasbro. So every time he would be like, hey, come in my office, check out this sculpt for so-and-so, I would say the arms are too long. They are? I'm like, yes, Dwight, straighten out the fingers. Look where his fingers touch. His arms are too long, and then he would never change it. But it's like whenever other sculpting houses would do the Marvel Legends I worked on, it would be one of the first things I said. I'm like, guys, shorten the fucking arms, because I would always compensate for the joints separating slightly in production.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't want my figures to have giant long arms. I want them to look proportionally correct.
I will say, and I forgot to mention it when we had Copperhead up, but these renders do have both trigger fingers with the correct articulation.
Oh,
so that's a good step up. And I did the original Shipwreck come with the flintlock?
He did.
Yes.
Okay.
Did.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that's
it was
not
always an odd choice back in the day.
Yeah.
I think what stands out, the biggest negative I see here, I don't like his haircut. No, I'm not talking about the beard. I'm talking about his haircut. Like, sailors have beards, but they have regulation haircuts. Now, maybe they're going, oh, well, his name's Shipwreck. He's probably shipwrecked on an island. Like, he's not a pirate. He's a U.S. Navy sailor.
The original figure had short hair.
Hey?
The original figure had short hair. He didn't have like scraggly looking hair like this.
Yeah, and although it's not shown in this, I saw some images from San Diego Comic-Con where they show. I don't know whether the hat is removable or whether he's got an alternate head, but they showed one with the hat off, and he's got like scraggly hair, and I was like, that's not right for Shipwreck.
Does he use this anchor-looking grapple hook? Is it as a grapple hook with the rope? Is that?
He had something similar in the original figure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then we've got the German mechanic from Indiana Jones. Here. There he is. Looking good. Looking a little bit like Talker art as well. Like you put out some big thick Coke bottle glasses on him. We got Talker art. That is not the right bird. That looks like a different bird from a different country that I probably can't say on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then so this is what they showed on the presentation, that there was not digital renders of it, but his helmet comes off. That's what his hair looks like for rock and roll. And then Torpedo. I couldn't find the digital render of Torpedo, so I just screen grabbed this from someone's picture of the panel. But that looks cool. I don't know. Is that very classic looking Torpedo there?
Yeah, I mean, close enough. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. I mean, now that Bobby's pointed it out, I can see how long his arms are. But this, I think this is going to be a very, very popular figure because people will buy these in bulk to get the accessories, and I'm probably going to be one of them. So
this might mean that the Cobra Eel is coming, huh? Because they could probably reuse some parts.
Sure,
man. They're going to get me with that Cobra Eel. If they do a good job of that Cobra Eel, I'll buy like 4 of them. It's my favorite Cobra figure.
Cool. Yeah, removable breathing mask there with the tubes. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm digging it. And then there's Copperhead again, and Shipwreck.
Yeah, look at Shipwreck's hair.
Okay, let me go back. Yeah, there it is. He's got some luscious locks.
Why?
I don't know.
It looks like
why's he got the hair of a homeless person?
I don't know.
Bugs me.
I wonder if I can. Hold on, let me see.
Bugs me more than Polly the Parrot.
There we
does.
go. Look, guys, I'm Shipwreck. Huh?
You are.
All right. And then Mindbender. This picture looks cool. I still don't want Mindbender, but he went up for pre-order a few times over the weekend. I hope everyone that wanted him got him. I'm not sure how hard it was to get because I'd never tried. There he is. There's the box. There he is in the box.
Man, when did these guys go on like HGH cycles?
I don't know.
Man,
those are some weirdly sculpted pecs. That looks like testicles. I'm just gonna say.
Where are his nipples?
I don't know. This is a very odd sculpt here, but
So
everyone liked it.
zoom in again for a second, Ryan. See the separation at the elbow? See, that's like 2 millimeters worth of separation there. That lengthens the arm even more.
Yeah, so where do his hands lie? Yeah. And it looks like his arms are slightly bent too, so if you straighten them out, they'll be even longer. Man, see, now I'm not going to be able to unsee that ever.
Sorry, guys. I think I did that to the Punisher, and you guys got mad at me about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All these accessories, that's a lot of accessories. I don't know if it's $42 worth, but, inflation and the con price, they mark it up. Again, not for me. But were you able to get one, Bobby?
I didn't try.
Okay. Was 42 a bit too much? He'll probably be on a retro card or something for regular retail 25 without all the extras, Yeah.
I just don't need a figure with a silver cod piece.
Listen, man. So does anyone remember what Crocmaster cost?
Yeah, he was. I got him. He's 42.
He was 42. So it's like
maybe 45.
It was free, Bobby.
Look at everything you got with Crocmaster, and you got a giant Croc, so it's almost like 2 figures. The value's just not here with Mindbender. But again, it doesn't matter. People will buy it. If this figure was $75, people would buy it.
Yeah. I mean, people were paying $120 for a Cobra Viper when they couldn't find him at Target. So you're right.
I mean, people pay $200 for a Wasp Raider. So,
Really?
Yeah.
I dread to think what they're so after the Hiss tank comes out, gets sold. Those people who bought a whole heap of extras, if they start selling the figures individually, because apparently the figures are going to be numbered. So if you're a completist collector and you don't get the HasLab, you're now going to have a load of numbered figure boxes. I dread to think what they're going to end up costing.
Right.
He donated his nipples to Serpentor, says John Papa Sergio. Okay, Serpentor or Mindbender.
Yeah.
And then they so here's the retro card back Crimson Guard. There's something different about it. I heard someone talking about it. Again, it's not really for me. I didn't get the other ones that aren't out yet. I won't get this one. But there it is. It looks like a cool figure. I just have no connection with it. And the retro carded Snake Eyes. There he is in the case at the con. And they kind of tease that low light and the Cobra flight pod with Televiper is coming. So these are on the way, probably for 2023.
I wonder why they can't call it a trouble bubble.
I don't know. It almost sounds like a sex toy, so maybe that's why.
Well, yeah, it must be something. Like I remember when 25th Anniversary came out, they didn't call Nemesis Enforcer. They called him Nemesis Immortal.
Yeah.
So there must be something with pairing the way the words are, trouble and bubble.
And with Legends, they didn't call Holocaust. They called him Nemesis. So and even like Slag, they called him Slug from Transformers. That was a recent thing. Because Slag means something else in the UK.
Yeah. I love a good Slag.
Slag means Tony.
A loose woman.
So
cotton socks. I would much rather have the Cobra Ferret than that flight pod. Cobra Ferret would be awesome.
The Ferret would be cool.
Have you seen that the Mattel WWE line has a ATV they put out? Oh. I've seen people customizing that into a Cobra Ferret.
Nice.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got. I know I made a big joke about getting the brand new, never before released, exclusive Tesseract. Right? Did you guys see the video?
Yeah.
Ryan Ting blocked me on all social media. So
Did he really?
Really?
No, he didn't. He just didn't respond. He just ignores me now.
I asked him if he saw it. He didn't. I told him it was funny, and I tried to get him to laugh about it, but he didn't really seem that entertained.
Yeah. Well, he's busy with the con. I made a joke about getting this from Hasbro. Obviously, I didn't. I mean, I did get it from Hasbro, but I paid full price. But 2018 when it came with the Red Skull. Is that the right year? You worked on it, didn't you?
Yeah. Was it 2017? Yeah, I think it was 2018.
Now, hopefully later on this week, I will be opening this box here. And we actually did get this from Mattel. This is full of Mattel product. They reached out to me. They said, Laser Pants, you're super cool. We love you. We want to give you a big box of free stuff to open on your channel. And I said, No, they reached out to Tony. They don't know who I am.
Yeah. They reached out to me and I responded and went, yeah, you can send me free stuff. Here's my address. And it was at laserpants.com.
Yeah. So they sent it to 3. I'll make a video opening that. Yeah, I'll do something and hopefully it'll be entertaining. But yeah, I want to film that probably tomorrow and have it up at some point this week. Tony, you got anything coming up?
Are we doing a giveaway?
Oh, that's right. The giveaway. Okay. Let me share this.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, the bird? The Freedom? It's good.
So, what I'm specifically not a fan of is these wings. So you plug these wings in, right? And it's just a big ball that goes into the joint. And then I've tried to twist them to articulate the wings, and the plastic is just turning basically it's clamped onto the ball, and I'm like I'm gonna snap this off. I can't. Anyway, it was free. Right. What do I care?
So if you dropped on our last episode of 3POA, which was episode 18, hashtag 3POA 1000. You are entered to win this SH Figuarts Deadpool from the Deadpool movie. Unopened, sealed. So I have it here. So I think all I do, amount of unique comics. So there's 161 unique comments. If you put it in twice, you were disqualified. Okay, so let's start now. Hopefully this works. Oh, God, I got to add an extension. Why didn't I do this before the show? You guys talk about something.
I love the people in the chat saying, like, damn you, Bobby, for pointing out the long arms. You're welcome. Colossal Customs. Yes. I don't hate the classified line. I hated the first couple waves of the classified line. I do have several classified figures. I have a lot of the most recent ones. I have Spirit. Storm Shadow's on the way. Spirit. I have the Zartans, which are great figures. I have a Viper. I have the females.
The Storm Shadow's really good.
Yeah, I think mine's coming this week. So yeah, no, I have some.
Yep. Yeah, and Spirit's really good as well.
Yeah, Spirit's really good.
Again, issue with the weapons. So he's got this like sniper rifle, but the butt of it is so short he can't actually. It's not in proportion to his body. He would never be able to hold it up and fire it properly. It's yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's pick a winner. DZW 75 3POA 1000. There it is. Reach out to me. My Instagram is laserpants81. Send me a DM if you're not on Instagram. You can message 3POA on Facebook. Just send me your address and I'll get this out to you hopefully tomorrow. So congrats to DZW75.
Cool.
Right on. And the golden head. How do we want to do that? You want to send that to me and I'll just send one package, or you want to send them individual?
Just send me their address and I'll send out the head.
All right. So you're getting the Deadpool here. Right there. and you're getting head from Bobby. So there you go.
You're welcome.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good times. All right. Well, that was almost a train wreck, huh? Stupid website not working.
Well, before Bobby falls asleep, we got one more super chat. Thank you, Tony Robles. Real quick, Bobby, will we get a Mag 50? I didn't tell him to send this, Bobby.
I was just going to say, how much did Tony pay you to send that to me? You know what? Fuck all of you. I'm not doing it now.
Emotional damage.
Now that you all have needled me enough, it's kind of like vehicles. I'm not doing vehicles anymore. So
I don't know what we're yelling about.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
I will say this before we get off. Speaking of vehicles, I had a call with a company this week that may or may not have something to do with the vehicles in the line.
Cool.
So
Okay.
Good shit. Just wait and see.
Nice.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
And on that bombshell, we're out.
Hey, and one more thing real quick. DZW75. Go back to that. If you are going to contact me on Facebook or Instagram, go back to your original comment on the video and put in your screen name as a reply so that I can verify it's actually you. Because at this point, anyone could say, oh, yeah, I'm DZW75 on YouTube. Then I'll get swamped. But if DZW75 replies to his own comment with his Instagram or Facebook name, then I can verify that it is actually him.
Ah, good idea.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Hope you all enjoy the show. All the links that you need to follow us online everywhere are in the description below. And we will see you later. Thanks, everyone.